So where do I find the perfect mate? All right. So this was a question that was actually asked to Jordan Peterson. I was watching one of his videos, and he's someone who I respect. And somebody asked him this question, which I thought was a good question. Asking someone like Jordan Peterson, who is well respected and very smart guy, and how do I find the perfect mate? Right? Find the perfect wife, the perfect husband. How do I find that? And Jordan Peterson flipped it back to them and said, "You're asking the wrong question. The right question is, how do I become the person who attracts the perfect wife? How do I become the person who attracts the perfect husband?" Right? That's the better question. And so I thought that was a really good principle. And obviously you can apply it to finding a spouse, but you can apply it really to any area of your life. But in regard to finding a spouse, it's very true. So many people are like, man, I want this in a person. I want this in a person. They gotta have this. They gotta have that. They gotta have this. And really, you should be working on yourself, becoming all the things that you would want in a spouse, you would want in a mate, right? And so that's the better question. When I was single, and I knew that I wanted to be with a woman that wanted a family, because I know I eventually wanted a family. I wanted to be with a woman that loved Christ. I wanted to be with a woman who had a strong moral compass. I wanted to be with a woman who treated herself, her family, and others around her with respect. Right. So in order to attract a person who has those things, I had to have those things myself. Right. So they're not going to be attracted to someone who doesn't meet the certain character qualities that they have. And so you need to make sure that you're working on yourself to have those qualities. So if you are someone who's single and you're like, man, I just can't find the right person, how do I attract the right person? How do you become the right person that they're attracted to? That's the better question. Like I said, you can apply this to every area of your life. Let's think about your job, for example. Maybe you are getting passed over for promotions. You're like, man, what is up? Why can't I catch a break? Maybe I'm just with the wrong company. Maybe my boss doesn't like me. Maybe this, maybe that. Why doesn't my boss see this? Why doesn't my boss do that? Instead of saying, how do I become the person that my boss will promote? What are they looking for? What is promotional attributes that they will see in me that they can obviously get me to where I want to go? Right? So little time do we ask that. It's all about, what do I want? What do I want? What do they can give me? What can they give me? Right? That's the world we live in. What can you give me? What can you do for me? It's all about me. But in reality, the better question is, how can I become the person that is you're attracted to? Right? That my boss is going to see the character qualities that it keeps in high regard, that will maybe take that company he feels to a new level, or she feels, right? And so you have to, instead of thinking so much, what can somebody do for me, or how can I get that person to benefit me? How can you benefit that person? Such a better question. And that's a biblical principle, right? You want to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So first you have to become a better person. You have to have those attributes that those other people will recognize, be attracted to, and respect and appreciate. And that's going to take you closer to those goals, whatever they are, whether it's finding the perfect wife for her husband, getting that promotion, or maybe teaching your kids certain principles, right? Are you demonstrating those principles in your everyday life? It's so funny. And sometimes I understand it's humorous because it really requires this, but I find myself doing this from time to time where I'll like yell at the kids, stop yelling, right? And I just yelled, stop yelling. And I'm sure we've all done it as parents. And sometimes that's all it takes, because they're getting so loud they can't hear you or anything, right? But it's such a funny way to think of it, because you're literally doing the thing that you're telling them not to do in order to get them not to do it. And so many times in life, we apply that same principle to every area of our lives, where it's do as I say, not as I do. But you really have to become that person that walks the walk and shows that I'm the kind of person that she can be attracted to, or he can be attracted to, or my boss will promote, or my children will respect and obey, things like that, right? That's the point I want to get across to you today. So hopefully it wasn't too much rambling. Hope you got a lot of value out of that. Love and appreciate you all for watching. Take care and God bless. Bye.